Here at Stanley Eddy Park. We're at the south unit. We're gonna go for a little hike today. We're gonna see some fall colors. As you can see, they're popping off nicely here. And we're gonna do the number 2 trail today. So we are right here. I've hiked this part of it before. We're going to do this whole loop. We're going to come down number 4 here to the overlook, and then we'll come right to the highest point, and then we'll be back down by the parking area. So, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a 2.5 mile hike. It's wooded, it's hilly. So today it's just myself, and I've got Dingo with me. So let's get started. As you can see, a lot of sugar maples, a lot of elm trees, so we got a lot of yellow colors around here. There's still a lot of stuff that's pretty green yet too. So far, pretty just moderately hilled trail. Kind of down in this shaded ravine area right now. A lot of nice older growth trees here. Some nice tall maple trees in here. Down logs and stuff too. But I think we're kind of at the low part of the trail here. We're going to be doing a lot more uphill here in a bit. So you can see I keep actually going downhill deeper and deeper into this. And this is one of the biggest, nicest northern red oaks I've ever seen in my life. It looks really healthy. And it has got a really big trunk to it. Lots of great colors. But I keep going more and more downhill. So we're down in a pretty wide ravine, gully, holler. I guess it depends on where you're from, what you call it. But I'm really impressed by the amount of mature trees. Not just mature trees, but mature trees that are nice and tall and straight as these are. It's another beautiful red oak tree. Because there's a lot more mature hardwoods here too. It really cuts down on a lot of the undergrowth, so it actually feels like a nice kind of more open woods. It's a lot more enjoyable to look at and walk through than a lot of the woods we have are not necessarily young growth, but younger growth, and there's a ton of underbrush, and like when you go through that stuff, you're just walking through the bush. Lots of bugs and skeeters. This is much more enjoyable. And I really do enjoy is the elevation change. There's so many hiking trails around where I live where it was very flat. But just about a half-hour drive away, I got this really nice wooded, hilly area. It's a nice change of pace from all the flat trails through the woods, you know? And down there we got a little swamp hidden and tucked in there. It's pretty dry though. Coming into a patch of aspen trees here, which have a lot more undergrowth. Some big tooth aspen. Look at that, a little campsite. Nice cedar trees. White spruce trees. What's nice too is this trail already has a bit of a variety to it. Alright, so we left that low area, that ravine, went up a hill, now we're coming down a hill, and now we're kind of into a different little valley or ravine, whatever you want to call it. Here's a little map. Alright. So, we've done a good, we were parked right there. Now we're here. We came from this way though. I don't think the whole trail is on the map. There's a more updated one. Oh yeah. So we were parked there. Now I walked this whole section here. And I'm doing the back side. And then we're gonna get to here. So we can get it to focus. Can't get it to focus. Maybe if I use my leg as a backdrop here. Here we go. 5 needles, cluster of 5 needles. That is a white pine tree. And so is that guy right there. Which is a nice find this far south. Most of the white pine trees are only growing way up north. So, seeing a bunch of them right here, this far south in a protected area that they won't be cut down. It's a nice sight to see. Look at these 3 trees. Those are probably the tallest big tooth aspens I've seen around here. And big tooth aspens aren't that common of a tree in this area to begin with. So, just, if you know what you're looking for, I mean, hikes can be really interesting. I mean, the more knowledge you have, just the more, I mean, even look at that. This tree's not huge or anything, but let's see if I can zoom in on these leaves a little bit. I can tell just by looking at it, that's a northern white oak right there. That's another, there's another one right there. Not a bur oak. Bur oaks have kind of like similar leaves to white oaks, but I mean, these aren't trees we see that often anymore. So being able to come to a place that's close to home and seeing a lot of tree species that you just don't see a lot of anymore in this part of the state anyways. Is just a really cool thing to see. Kind of coming over a hill right now. That's another ravine right there. I'm kind of got the sun on my back right now, so it's kind of hard to see down in there. It's kind of shadowed up quite a bit. Yeah, so far this whole hike, this whole trail is just great. This is probably definitely in my top 3 places to go hiking locally for me. I find it interesting too in the fall. It's really low areas like the bottoms of the ravines. They always stay this like kind of dull color. They always seem to be shaded, it seems like. You just go up the hill a little bit, get a little sunshine on stuff, and it looks bright as can be. Crazy. Really coming out of the lowlands now. Yeah. Terrain seems to be getting a bit steeper and doing a whole lot more uphill now. So, towards the end of this hike, I will be getting to the highest point in the county. I think we got our best contestant for the prettiest tree in here. Probably be this guy right here. Look how vibrantly yellow that sugar maple tree is. And then the leaves at the top are still green. It's absolutely amazing. Nice mature sugar maple too. Got Dingo way ahead of me here. He's been noticing a lot of squirrels in this area. It's absolutely perfect out here. Love it. A lot of yellow this year, but this maple tree right here, sugar maple, it's actually dropping red leaves this year. So that you can see the top half of the tree is nice and red, but bottom leaves are still green. There we go, there's a better view. Brilliant red. But a lot of yellow this year. A lot of great colors though. We're up in the hills again. Way down there is a ravine. Oh boy. There's a crown jewel right there. It's a nice orange color. Right? I can see what kind of leaves there are. You're not going to be able to see that well on video, but look how nice and mature this tree is. That is a sugar maple. That is the biggest sugar maple I've ever seen in my life. That thing's like bigger than an oak tree. Holy cow. I'm going to have to get on the internet when I get home and see what the champion sugar maple tree is in the state, because if they got a champion tree, I think that might be take a run at its money. That is absolutely huge. I thought it was an oak tree at first glance, and then the bark didn't look right. I look up at the leaves and it's a frickin' sugar maple. Holy shit. Just met some people on the trail, so but didn't go on the leash here. And I didn't get to show you the map, but this is that single trail that goes back to that scenic overlook. So heading down that, take a look at that, take some pictures, and then we'll have to backtrack for a little bit on this trail, and then we'll finish the loop with the highest point in the county, and then head all the way down the mountain, so to speak, and then we'll be back at the car, and that'll be the hike. Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful birch tree. See the paper bark curling on it. That one hasn't changed colors yet, but that's an old boy right there. That would have been another nice sugar maple tree, but that one is dead. That one was struck by lightning. I don't know if you can really see it that well, but that tree burnt right there. Pretty cool. A lot of colors in this area too. We're getting a little bit more of the oranges and the reds over here. Getting to that scenic overlook. Got a little bit of open area here. These are all smooth sumac. These turn a bright red color in the fall. You can actually take these berries, you see, and you can crush them down and make a lemonade type drink or a tea with them. It's very tart though. I'm not much of a tart drink type, drinker. Lemonade's not bad every once in a while. But get to the top of the overlook here and see what they have. I wouldn't say we're at peak yet. A lot of color over here. But there's still a lot of green trees. Go there, there's a nice orange. Nice bright oranges. Yellows. Still a lot of green. But pretty nice. That's a great view. And you can see how high we are actually, because you can see land off in the distance there. Pretty cool. Well, I'm going to turn around and finish the last leg of the journey here. Going down the big hill now. Nice big steep hill. Down there is even steeper. Big, deep, dark ravine over here. Sure, you can't even see down there that well. Pretty long ways down there. Pretty cool. I'll go down this hill, go up the next, and then we should be at the highest point in the county. Well, we're here. I'm at the highest point. There's the marker right there. Right there. See, it's all downhill. I think technically where I am at this bench right here is a little higher, but you can see why there's an overlook too, because you can actually see stuff from here. You're in the woods, you really can't see any sort of distance or anything. But that's pretty much the hike. I just gotta head down the trail that way, kind of go down the hill, and I'll be back at the car pretty much. So this will be just the last little bit here. Thing I have noticed, there's a lot of trees. Like that elm tree right there is still pretty young, but look how nice and tall and straight that is. Another nice. What do we got here? That's actually a red oak, northern red oak. This guy right here. There's a lot of really nice, straight, tall trees that would be perfect for lumber. This area's got really good genetics for lumber, it looks like. But thankfully it's all protected, so they're not going to log this out anytime soon. But yeah. And that's it. That's the whole hike. Back to where we started. Head back home. Thanks for coming with.